Imagine carrying so much gold that you crash an entire economy. In 1324, Musa, the emperor of the Mali Empire, did just that. His pilgrimage to Cairo was not just a religious journey, it was a display of wealth so vast that it devalued Egypt's gold market for over a decade. This is just one of the moments when African kingdoms demonstrated their unprecedented power, wealth, and resistance. These moments are not just footnotes in history, they are pivotal events that shape the world as we know it. The Mali Empire, under Musa, was one of the wealthiest and most powerful states in the world. The emperor's journey to Mecca was legendary, not just for its religious significance, but for the sheer opulence he displayed. Musa traveled with a caravan of 60,000 people, including soldiers, officials, and slaves. He carried an estimated 24 tons of gold, which he distributed generously along the way. When he reached Cairo, he gave away so much gold that the local economy went into a tailspin. The gold market in Egypt crashed, and it took 12 years for the economy to recover. Musa's generosity, though extraordinary, had unintended consequences. He had to borrow gold at high interest rates from Egyptian merchants to return home. This story is not just about wealth, it's about the global connections that African empires maintained long before European colonization. The Mali Empire was a central node in the gold-salt trade network, linking West Africa to the Mediterranean and the Middle East. The story of Musa is a reminder that African history is not isolated, it is deeply intertwined with the history of the world. Another pivotal moment in African history was the Battle of Karina in 1235. This was the clash that established the Mali Empire. Sundiata Keita, known as the Lord Lion, led his forces against Sumaro Kante, the Soso king. Sundiata's victory was not just a military triumph, it was the foundation of one of Africa's greatest empires. The Mali Empire, under Sundiata's leadership, became a center of culture, learning, and trade. The Great Mosque of Djen, built during this era, remains a testament to the empire's architectural and scholarly achievements. The mosque, with its distinctive adobe construction, is one of the most important centers of Islamic learning in Africa. Sundiata Keita's legacy is not just in the empire he built, it's in the cultural and intellectual heritage he left behind. The Mali Empire was not the only African kingdom to leave a mark on history. The Songhai Empire, which rose to power in the 15th century, was another great empire of the Niger Bend. But its fall in 1591 marked the end of an era. The Moroccan invasion of Songhai was a turning point in African history. The Songhai Empire, under Askia Ishaq II, faced a formidable enemy. The Moroccan forces, though smaller in number, were armed with Spanish-supplied firearms. The Songhai army, despite its size, relied on traditional cavalry and spears. The technological disparity was decisive. The Battle of Tondebai, near Gao, was a crushing defeat for Songhai. The empire collapsed, but it did not vanish entirely. The Ama states, small militarized successor states along the Niger River, continued to resist Moroccan control for decades. The fall of Songhai signaled the end of large, multi-ethnic African empires in the region. It was a moment that shifted the political landscape, weakening Africa's ability to resist future European colonization. But the story of Songhai is not just one of defeat, it's also one of resilience. The Ama states kept the flame of resistance alive, and their legacy is a reminder that African history is not just about empires, it's about the people who fought to preserve their way of life. The Zulu Kingdom, in southeastern Africa, is another example of an African kingdom that left an indelible mark on history. Shaka Zulu, the kingdom's founder, is one of the most iconic figures in African history. Shaka's military reforms transformed warfare in southern Africa. He created a standing army, known as the Amaboto, which replaced age-based levies. Shaka's innovations, like the Iviwa, a short stabbing spear, and the buffalo horn tactics, enabled the rapid expansion of the Zulu state. By the time of Shaka's death in 1828, the Zulu kingdom controlled a population of roughly 1 million people. Shaka's legacy is complex. He is often remembered for his brutality, but his military genius and political unification were equally significant. The Zulu kingdom remains a powerful cultural and political force in South Africa today. The modern king of the Zulus holds significant ceremonial and community influence. Shaka Zulu's story is a reminder that African history is not just about kingdoms, it's about the leaders who shaped them. The kingdom of Kush, in ancient Nubia, is another African kingdom that left a lasting legacy. The Kushites conquered Egypt in the 8th century BCE, establishing the 25th dynasty, known as the Black Pharaohs. King Pi, the Kushite ruler, led his forces northward to Thebes, where he declared himself pharaoh. The Kushite conquest of Egypt was a moment of triumph for African civilization. The kingdom of Kush adapted to changing circumstances, moving its capital from Kama to Nopeta and later to Meroe. The Kushites were skilled in trade, architecture, and warfare. Their legacy is a reminder that African history is not just about resistance, it's about achievement. The story of the Black Pharaohs is a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of African civilizations. These moments, Mansa Musa's pilgrimage, the Battle of Karina, the fall of Songhai, Shaka Zulu's reforms, and the Kushite conquest are not just historical events. They are moments that shape the world. They are reminders that African history is not just about kingdoms, it's about the people who built them, the cultures they created, and the legacies they left behind. These moments are not just African history, they are world history.